I'm joined now by West Johnston head coach Kwame Dixon, who's been getting the Wildcats ready to play East Wake this week. Both teams are 1-1 in the Greater Neuse River 4A Conference, and West is looking to get above 500 for the first time ever in Greater Neuse play. Coach Dixon, your team's been able to score a lot of points first 2 weeks of conference play. How do you keep that going this week?
For us, it's been practice. How we practice Monday through Thursday pretty much dictates how we play on Friday night. It's a new offense, so I'm learning as well as the kids. But if we don't practice well, then we probably aren't going to play very well.
A big part of that offense is having a lot of guys contribute the last couple of weeks, creates problems for the opposition. How does it help your team?
Well, the best thing is that people can't zero in on one guy. But it all starts with our quarterback, senior Michael Adams, and Cody Harrington, another senior, has had a tremendous year. But we've also been able to get people involved, underclassmen like C.J. Frederick, who's rushed for 100 yards in 2 of the previous games.
Talk a little about East Wake and what kind of problems they present for you.
Well, it all starts with the coaching staff. Jimmy Williams does a tremendous job getting those kids ready. They also have some sentiment going in with one of their players being diagnosed with leukemia. Athletically, they're very gifted. They're very fast, athletic kids. We'll try to overcome some of that speed with our strength. Our kids have put some time in the weight room, and hopefully it shows.
They do a couple of different things on offense. Talk a little bit about that and what your team has to do to get ready for that.
Well, they show 2 things on offense. They show the eye, which is a power game, and then they also, traditionally what they run last year was a spread offense. We've had some preparation in the eye for our previous 2 opponents, but the spread, when South Johnston ran it, they were fairly successful, so we have to find a way to handle the spread.
Thanks for your time, Coach Dixon. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back into the Herald Huddle. I'm D. Clay Bess, sports editor of the Herald, and today we'll preview the Week 7 action on the Johnston County High School football calendar. We're coming to you today from West Johnston High School, or as some like to call it, the Taj Mahal. We've got one Thursday night game on the calendar as Clayton visits the first-year varsity program at Holly Springs. Both of those teams are still looking for their first conference wins. On Friday, West Johnston, Smithfield-Selma, and South Johnston all have big conference games. Princeton wraps up its non-conference schedule against Maddox Mesquite on homecoming night, and North Johnston has the week off. The question of the night, is it time for a breakthrough, or will it be the same old on Friday? The 3 big conference battles on Friday's schedule all appear to be winnable games for the Johnston County side. But standing in the way of our squads are opponents who had little trouble picking up wins in each of their past meetings. Johnston County's teams were outscored a combined 111-28 in the 3 games last year. It's a matchup of 5-win teams in Raleigh as 5-0 Smithfield-Selma travels to take on 5-1 Southeast, which won last year's game 31-7. Triple S and Southeast are both unbeaten in the Greater Neuse River 4A Conference. Both teams feature a lot of size on their offensive and defensive lines. Triple S makes big plays in the run game, while it's been pass plays that have paid big dividends for the Bulldogs. It's a matchup of Cape Fear Valley Conference unbeatens, as 1-0 in the league South Johnston travels to 1-0 in the league Triton. The Hawks won last year's game 42-21. Triton's gotten some things together of late and surprised many with a huge win over Southern Lee last week. South, meanwhile, has simply just learned how to win games. Both teams have conference championship aspirations, and with good reason. In our only non-conference battle on the schedule this week, 2-4 Maddox Mesquite visits 0-5 Princeton. The Dogs haven't had much luck so far this season. They look to buck that trend on homecoming night against an improving Lakers squad, which is making a long drive down to P-Town. Let's break the huddle for this week. Be sure to join us next week for another edition of the Herald Huddle.